So, as promised, today I'm gonna go over my 30-day evaluation of the starting phases of the build on my Redeye. Initially, I wasn't quite ready to actually start modding the car yet, so I decided to go with the Incognito lower pulley. Of course, you know, I'm sure a lot of people know the numbers or ratios or whatever of the Incognito, the 60 to 80 wheel horsepower, don't need a tune, etc., etc. Well, that wasn't the case. That wasn't my case. I can't speak for everybody, but that wasn't my case. I went ahead and installed the Incognito lower pulley. And FYI, for those who don't know, I have a 2019 Redeye. My car has 27,000 miles on it. I bought my car brand new, pretty much. I drove it every day. You know, I wanted to get the enjoyment out of actually driving the car, which was the only reason I went with the Redeye versus the Demon, because I wanted to drive my car more so than just on the track, initially anyway. So, back to what I was saying. So, went with the Incognito. No tune needed. 60 to 80 wheel horsepower, 60 to 70 wheel horsepower. For me, it wasn't that case. We installed the Incognito, and at first it was making some little noises, in which I think I just had some belt slip. So we went and had that checked out. And after initially installing it, and these are the dyno sheets, in which I'll be sharing on the Instagram page. Same thing, Hellstorm SRT. Before I installed the Incognito, the Redeye was making 663 to the wheels and 682 in torque. Okay, so we installed the Incognito, and to me, I could feel the difference, I guess, because I drove the car every day. You know, I had over 20,000 miles on the car, you know, by the time I even decided to do anything to it. So I initially felt that the car was, you know, doing some things. However, I have a partner with a 2019 Charger installed the exact same Incognito. The only thing he had the Incognito. He also had a cold air intake. Actually has a K&N cold air intake. And me and him got out one night doing some pulls, and I could not pull on that freaking Hellcat for nothing in the world. Like, I literally, you know, I feel like someone's wrong with my car. Like, what in the world is going on? But the difference was that his car accepted the Incognito. Mine did not. And my car, once I put the Incognito in, after taking it to a performance shop, the car was reducing timing. So, although I was getting maybe a pound more boost, I think after installing the Incognito, we were looking at 15 pounds of boost, maybe 15 and a half. Okay, max boost 15.3. So that wasn't a whole lot more boost. Okay, so we installed Incognito, did some pulls with it, you know, got the feel of it, and then I realized that, you know, clearly my car was not accepting that pulley whatsoever. So took it in, had it dynoed. After dynoing, max power was 707. So we went from 663 to 707 in the horsepower. We went from 682 and torque to about the same thing. You know what I mean? My torque didn't change. After having the dyno, again, I was at 682 in torque. So you're looking at maybe what, 40, 43, 44 horsepower that I actually gained. Nothing on the torque side. I'm not a mechanic, you know, I'm not a, you know, build inquisitive person. You know, I know some things, and, you know, I definitely got to research something before I use it. But for me, I mean, I knew it was doing something, but after doing some pulls with a stock Hellcat with the same setup, I knew that it wasn't doing what it was supposed to have been doing. So we took it in. I think I was running rich or lean on the fuel. So, you know, that was an issue. And the car was definitely reducing timing. So for some other people, they say that, you know, they've installed Incognito on their Redeye and they love it. You know, the question is, have you dynoed it? You know, I reached out to Riptune, and initially they were saying maybe I had a belt that was slipping. So I really thought something was wrong with my freaking car. Like, I thought, okay, maybe I got a belt slipping. My fuel ratios was off. However, it wasn't any of that. It was simply the car was losing time and it didn't like the wasn't so acceptable, I guess you'll say, to the pulley. So we went ahead and went with Stage 6 Performance in Jacksonville, Florida, and decided to allow them to do a tune on it. And the first stage of my build, I decided to go with simply leave the Incognito, tune it, and do a race gas tune and a thermostat swap. So we did that. After tuning it, just Incognito and thermostat, the car started making 707. No, I'm sorry. That was it was making 707 with the pulley with no tuning. So after initial tuning, the car went from 707 to like 775. Correct. So the car went from 707 to 775, which was without race gas. So I was roughly able to gain 70 horsepower. Of course, I've been told over and over again, you know, I should have just went with the upper pulley instead of the Incognito pulley, which was my thought process when I was initially thinking about, you know, mounting the car, you know, doing an upper pulley and a race gas tune for the first build anyway, you know, first stage. But kind of went in reverse because, you know, I already had my hand in the cookie jar, so hell, I went with it. And that's kind of where we are on it. Like I say, from 707 to 775, so we gained about 70 horsepower just off the tune alone. Torque, can't talk this morning. Torque went up to about 700, and I mean that's pretty decent, I guess. Yeah, I guess that was pretty decent. So we went with that. Then we went back and had the M109 tune done. And after having the M109 tune done, it roughly put us, you know, right around 800 horsepower to the wheels. So after all of this, you know, driving the car for a month, I haven't taken it to the track yet. but I have done like some pulls, some digs, etc. What else did we do to the car? Besides that, I added not Mickey Thompson, but Nitto NT55R2s onto my, that's what I have on my 20-inch wheels. Now I have a 18-inch race wheel setup, in which I'll get to on another video, and we're gonna do a comparison. The 18s in comparison to running my regular 20-inch wheels, and how big of a difference that it makes. You know, on the 18s I'm running 305, I think 45 18s, and on the 20s, of course, I have 305. No, actually, I have 315, 35, 20s. So we're gonna do a comparison between those, and then we're gonna do a comparison actually with Mickey Thompson, the Street Accesses on the same 18-inch setup. But that'll be another video at a very soon date. I'm gonna start dropping a lot of, well, I ain't gonna say a lot, but I'm definitely gonna start putting out way more content than I have. Figured out I'm not a video tech, so I kind of suck at the whole editing and etc. Oh God, we must got an elected official or somebody coming through the city, because they're blocking all of the dang highways and roads and exits and turns. Let's see what we got going on here. Anyway, I'm not a super video tech savvy person, so I really kind of struggle with having the time to do a whole lot of editing when it comes to my videos. You know, adding in the music and the perfect transitions, and this goes here and that goes there. It don't work well for me at all. It may take me freaking 3 hours to do a freaking 5-10 minute video. So I figured I'd just drop my videos raw and uncut, man. Tell you guys what we're doing, drop some clips in if possible, show you some documentation if possible, and we're just gonna go from there. The content will be there as far as information, etc. The only thing that will be lacking is all the pretty scenery. So there you have it. So some things I've noticed about the build. In the city, as long as I'm in eco mode, I do about 16 miles per gallon on fuel ratio. If I put it in anything outside of that, I'm looking at maybe 14. However, on the highway in eco mode, I still get 20 miles to a gallon, which in hindsight, one of the reasons why some people don't mod their Redeye is because they actually drive their car, and fuel mileage ratio is a big difference. It's a game changer. So it does pretty good, man. That's on pump gas. Now I can't really say on race gas, because the 1 or 2 times that I put it in here so far, I burned it out pretty swiftly. But anyway, yeah. But on pump gas, the car does pretty good. I haven't had one single problem out of the car since I've done it. We've done some minor street pulls, highway pulls, just to see how the car responds. However, we haven't actually taken it to the track yet, in which we'll be coming up snuff anything out, leave me a question, comment, etc. I'll put the dyno sheets on my Instagram page, and I'll see you guys on the next video.